Hello, I'm Dr. Maurie Markman from City of Hope, and it is a pleasure to briefly address a very difficult, very complex, very challenging issue, and that is of the now widespread shortages of anti-cancer chemotherapeutic agents, and specifically for most of us in the oncology community, it's a shortage, really terrible shortage of the platinum agents, carboplatin and cisplatin. This is not unique to anti-cancer drugs. In fact, the FDA on its website, where they list drug shortages, lists well over 100 drugs that are in short supply, and many of them have been in short supply for a very prolonged period of time. It includes drugs like atropine, topical lidocaine, penicillin G, that is standard of care, has been for decades for the treatment of syphilis, is in short supply. One, because of an increase in the incidence of syphilis, but also because penicillin G has been used routinely now because of a shortage of generic amoxicillin. Quite frankly, this is really a mess. And now we have a shortage of carboplatin and cisplatin, arguably the single most important class of anti-cancer agents for the last number of decades. Doctors are being asked to prioritize these drugs. They're being asked to go to their patients and say, we may not be able to use a drug that we've known for the last 20, 30, 40 years to be the best. Doctors are being asked to make decisions of whether therapy is potentially curative or not. We are talking about the United States of America here. We are talking about a country that has produced an incredible number of highly effective anti-neoplastic agents for now over half a century. And yet, we do not have available two generic drugs, in addition to others, that remain the standard of care for curative therapy and prolongation of life for many other tumor types in this country. Absolutely remarkable, astounding, and we should be very distressed, upset about this. One commentator noted that she or he was surprised that people weren't marching in the streets. Why was this not like the AIDS epidemic of decades ago, where the community involved, on behalf of themselves and their loved ones, truly marched in the streets, went to the FDA, caused Congress to make major changes, and of course we know the end result of that. Why has this not happened in the cancer arena? Well, time does not permit me to voice all of the suggestions that have been made, but really an important one is that cancer is often clearly a very individual disease, individual therapies, individual treatments, and is relevant to an individual patient and their family at a particular point in time, and then it becomes the center of their lives. But outside of that, it's out there, it's important, but not something one focuses on. In addition to which, I believe many of us have a very difficult time truly believing the situation we're in, that it will somehow be fixed, that somehow these manufacturing problems will somehow magically go away. We'll come up with a solution. Well, in my opinion, that's not going to happen with our current system unless this becomes a true major priority for our government leaders. My feeling, there needs to be a commitment at the level of the President of the United States and leaders of Congress to basically say, we will find a solution. We'll bring together our major pharma partners, patient organizations, our payers, providers, our hospitals, even lock them up in a room until they can come up with a solution. Problem right now is it's nobody's primary problem, somebody else's problem. The manufacturers, well, we got to fix them somehow. Manufacturers don't often have much of an interest in this because the payment system is so bad. They can make more money doing something else. Hospitals, of course, want to pay as little as possible for generics because, quite frankly, they pay so much for brand name drugs. The system at every level is an impediment. And unless we come up with a solution for this, I am concerned we will see more of these shortages, more drugs, and of course, the absolute horror of it all is that patients' lives may be lost completely unnecessarily from cancers that are curable, or if not curable, lives can be extended significantly, but we won't have the drugs available because of the deficiencies in the system. I personally call on Congress, call on our president, call on leaders everywhere to make this a true priority to fix. This is not a study in biology. This is not trying to do something that is somehow impossible with manufacturing. These are generic drugs that should be able to be produced safely, easily, with adequate supply. We have simply got to come up with a system that makes it work for all of us, all of our patients. I thank you for listening to this commentary on a very painful subject. Thank you for your attention.